Nobody warned you that the world rewards control more than kindness. The moment you understand that, your innocence dies quietly.
You kept explaining yourself to people who already judged you. Weak minds decide first and listen later.
Most people never loved your soul. They loved how easily you forgave them.
Silence terrifies manipulative people. They cannot control a mind they cannot read.
You thought honesty would protect you. Reality rewards awareness, not innocence. Every betrayal leaves behind a sharper version of you. Pain educates faster than comfort. The loudest people in the room usually hide the deepest insecurity. Real confidence rarely performs. People reveal themselves slowly through patterns. Watch actions long enough, and truth becomes impossible to hide. You were too available for people who gave you temporary attention. Scarcity creates respect faster than loyalty. Most emotional traps begin with beautiful words. Poison rarely introduces itself honestly. The world teaches sensitive people to apologize for feeling deeply. Meanwhile, colder people dominate without guilt. Never reveal every weakness to people still proving their character. Access must be earned slowly. People study your loneliness before they study your strengths. That is how manipulation quietly begins. The calmest person in the room often controls the emotional atmosphere. Power hides inside composure. You kept seeking closure from people incapable of honesty. Some answers only arrive through distance. The strongest minds detach before chaos destroys them. Emotional discipline changes everything. Most people fear being alone because silence exposes their real identity. Distraction keeps them emotionally asleep. Weak people react immediately. Strategic people wait until timing becomes undeniable. Some smiles are only masks hiding silent resentment. Discernment protects you better than trust. You lost yourself trying to be understood by shallow people. Depth intimidates empty minds. Every room has invisible hierarchies. Whoever controls emotions quietly controls attention. People only respect boundaries after they realize you can leave. Detachment creates power. Most relationships survive through convenience, not loyalty. Pressure exposes the difference. You kept chasing validation from people starving for it themselves. Empty souls cannot fill yours. Real intelligence is emotional control under pressure. Anyone can appear calm during comfort. People fear mysterious minds because unpredictability removes their advantage. Silence becomes psychological armor. The coldest lesson arrives late. Not everyone deserves your loyalty. Some people only return when they feel your energy disappearing. Humans crave what they cannot control. You once believed patience meant weakness. Then life showed you the power of restraint. Manipulative people test boundaries slowly. They search for proof that your standards are fake. Your kindness became dangerous when people mistook it for submission. Respect disappears without boundaries. Most people speak emotionally because they cannot think strategically. Calm minds calculate before reacting. You learned more from disappointment than comfort ever taught you. Suffering sharpens perception. Not everyone hates your success. Some people hate your awakening. The moment you stopped begging for attention, your presence became magnetic. Humans chase emotional distance instinctively. People often accuse you of changing after you develop standards. Boundaries expose entitlement immediately. The world trains good people to tolerate disrespect politely. Powerful people refuse quietly. Some conversations exist only to measure your emotional weaknesses. Listen more than you reveal. You thought love meant endless sacrifice. Healthy minds understand balance instead. People become uncomfortable when you stop over-explaining yourself. Uncertainty scares controlling minds.
Weak people seek attention loudly. Strong people command presence naturally. Every betrayal teaches you where your intuition whispered first, your instincts noticed before your heart accepted. Some people only value your absence after abusing your presence. Loss creates clarity. The strongest revenge is emotional indifference. Nothing destroys manipulation faster. You kept saving people who enjoyed drowning in chaos. Not everyone wants peace. Powerful people protect their focus carefully. Attention shapes destiny silently. Most emotional pain comes from expecting depth from shallow souls. Empty people imitate empathy well. There is nothing colder than a disciplined person who once suffered deeply. Pain transformed into control becomes terrifying. People reveal their true priorities through consistency. Words cost nothing. Here comes the truth nobody warned you about. Your biggest enemy was never other people. Your biggest enemy was the desperate version of yourself seeking approval everywhere. Desperation destroys instinct. You ignored disrespect because loneliness felt heavier. Emotional hunger blinded your judgment. The moment you stopped needing validation, manipulation became obvious instantly. Clarity frightened everyone benefiting from your confusion. People called you cold after you developed discernment. They preferred the weaker version of you. Not everyone deserves unlimited access to your mind. Mystery protects valuable things. You survived silently while pretending everything was normal. That silence changed your personality forever. Most people confuse attention with affection. Emotional starvation creates dangerous illusions. Calmness under pressure feels intimidating because rare things always command respect. Chaos exposes weak discipline. You no longer fear losing people after learning self-respect. Freedom begins there. Some people gossip constantly because silence forces them to face themselves. Noise becomes emotional escape. Your intuition notices energy long before logic explains it. The body recognizes tension instinctively. Most humans reveal their character once consequences disappear. Temporary power exposes hidden darkness. The more emotionally disciplined you become, the harder you are to manipulate. Awareness changes every interaction. People respect those who can walk away calmly. Detachment unsettles emotional minds deeply. You spent years trying to appear harmless. Meanwhile, the world respected controlled strength. Strong minds stay quiet while studying patterns carefully. Observation creates invisible advantage. Most betrayals begin with small, ignored details. Intuition whispers before reality screams. The world rarely rewards pure intentions alone. Perception shapes outcomes more than truth. People fear those who no longer seek approval. Independence creates psychological tension. Your silence protected you more than explanations ever did. Not everyone deserves understanding. Many people perform kindness publicly while hiding selfish motives privately. Character appears in silence. You became emotionally stronger after surviving disappointment alone. Isolation hardened your thinking. The strongest people rarely announce their strength. Real power moves quietly. Some people contact you only when life collapses around them. They mistake empathy for obligation. Every emotional storm sharpened your awareness further. Darkness trained your perception. Weak minds crave emotional reactions constantly. Calm minds remain difficult to control. You stopped chasing closure because actions already answered everything. Reality became undeniable. People reveal hidden envy through subtle disrespect disguised as jokes. Listen carefully. The more peaceful you become internally, the less chaos attracts you externally. Healing changes standards. Not everyone who supports you wants you powerful. Some people prefer dependent versions of you.
Silence becomes dangerous when paired with intelligence. Observation creates leverage naturally.
Most emotional traps only work on those desperate for love. Self-awareness breaks the cycle.
You learned that boundaries are not cruelty. They are self-respect in visible form.
Some people disappear after losing control over you. Their absence becomes peace. The mind becomes sharper after surviving emotional chaos repeatedly. Pressure creates precision. People often mistake calmness for weakness until pressure exposes discipline. Then everything changes. You became harder to manipulate because suffering taught discernment. Awareness replaced innocence. Most humans fear uncertainty more than truth. That fear controls their decisions. You stopped trying to save everyone once you understood human nature clearly. Not every soul wants healing. Powerful minds protect peace more than popularity. Maturity changes priorities completely. The world quietly watches how much disrespect you tolerate. Every boundary teaches people something. People become nervous around emotionally independent minds. Control disappears there. You survived things nobody noticed because pain became private. Silent battles changed your eyes forever. Most people wear masks so long they forget who they really are. Performance becomes identity. The strongest energy belongs to the least reactive person in the room. Emotional restraint creates authority. You no longer fear misunderstanding because peace matters more than approval. Growth changed your priorities. The deepest transformation happens privately, without applause. Silent evolution creates dangerous minds. One day, people will call your distance arrogance. They will never understand the pain behind it. Remember this forever. The world respects controlled strength more than pure intentions. If these words felt uncomfortably real, then your mind is already changing. Subscribe and return when you are ready for deeper psychological truths.